my parents, my father always worried. He would say, what will happen to this boy? He has no fear in his heart. I never thought fear was a virtue. Why is fear a virtue? Fear is the most debilitating emotion that a human being can go through, but that is considered a virtue. Even if you say divine, even if you say God, you become God-fearing, isn't it? Because somebody's out there to do something to you all the time. So we have thought fear will make life safe. No, the only thing that makes your life safe is your sense, not fear. Fear will avoid life. If you become fearful, the first thing that happens to you is you become breathless, because the boundary that you have established is so effective now, even to breathe, it becomes difficult. You're in a cubicle where you cannot breathe by yourself. The first sign of paranoia is always breathlessness, because if you have to live, you have to transact. What the tree exhales, you must inhale. What you exhale, the tree must inhale. The person, maybe your mother-in-law is sitting next to you, you hate her, but what she exhales, you must inhale. Otherwise, it's not going to work. These boundaries are there only in your psychological space. The life space is not like that. Today, modern physics is telling you, as you sit here, every subatomic particle in this body is reverberating with everything else in the cosmos. It is no more a philosophy, it is an established science. And this is something that we have always known. When we utter the word yoga, because most of the yoga that you're seeing today in India is a rebound from the American coast. So yoga means contorting your body in some impossible physical posture. No, the word yoga means union. You experientially know that this existence is happening as one whole enormous process. So there's one dimension of you which is instinct of self-preservation, which wants to draw boundaries, another dimension wants to limitlessly expand. Are these two things against each other, contradict each other? No. One is concerned with the physicality, the other is concerned with the remaining part of who you are, whatever that is. Only the physical needs a boundary. In fact, the fundamentals of physicality is a defined boundary. You can call this a physical body only because it has a boundary. If I remove the boundaries of this body, you cannot call it physical anymore, because the fundamental and the basis of physicality is a defined boundary. But there is something within you which is always longing to be little more than who you are right now, yes or no? Whoever you may be, how much ever you might have achieved, you want to be little more than who you are right now. Your currencies may be different. One person may be looking for fame, another person may be looking for money, another person for wealth, love, knowledge, whatever. But everybody wants to be something more. If that something more happens, something more. I'm asking, how much more would settle you for good? If you understand that the only way you can settle this is, this does not want something more, it wants it all. If you want to have all, it can't be physical in nature. So if you realize this, and if your experience of life transcends the limitations of the physical, now suddenly all is yours, because it is the boundary which made you feel that you have to conquer that. Either you can conquer that or you can dissolve into it. Conquering the cosmos is a stupid idea, isn't it? Dissolving into the cosmos is a practical idea. So this is what yoga meant. If this happens in the inner experience of the human being, that you feel limitless within yourself, then you don't have to worry about what is the advertising message. Consumerism, no, everybody will do what they think is needed. Nothing more, nothing less. Every human being should do what is needed for his individual life. Nothing more, nothing less. If you do less, that means you'll be inefficient. If you do more, the excess is also leading to inefficiency. You will not realize the full potential of who you are. So the intensity of experience comes within you only when you address the longing to expand. If you address the self-preservation mode, it will shut off everything. The only tears you will know is of pain, suffering, fear, agitation, frustration. But if you empower the other dimension of nature within you, one dimension of nature is trying to put a wall around yourself, another wants to go limitless. Only when you touch that, only when your life is carried by that dimension of nature within you, you will see every leaf, every flower, an ant can bring tears to you. I must tell you this. It's okay? I had a great-grandmother who people in those days said, she's a devil of a woman. Not because she did any evil to anybody, it's just that if she laughed, the whole street would shake. Like that she laughed. In those days, women were not supposed to laugh loudly like that. I don't know how people manage to live without women who cannot laugh. It should be tough. But she is a woman who when she laughed, everything around her shook. She lived up to 113, 113 years of age. When I met her, she was over 100. So at the age of 68, she moved out of the family structure. By then, she had buried her husband, she had buried many of her children, a few grandchildren, a few great-grandchildren also she had buried. She got married at the age of 14 and over 100 years of age, she had seen everybody through. So at the age of 68 or 70, she moved out of the family, she built a small place for herself and she grew her own food and she lived by herself. When we went there to the ancestral home in the summer vacation, she always came. And I kind of hit it off with her in a certain way because she was special. I did not know what was special about her, I was just 4 or 5 years of age. But with her you could do anything you wanted, so I liked it. There were no rules with her. I would see her, somebody would bring breakfast for her, then she would go about giving this breakfast to the ants, to the sparrows, all the sparrows are dead now, to the sparrows and to the squirrels. Most of her breakfast would be gone like this, and people around her, self-appointed advisors would say, you give away all your food to these creatures and you will die like this. All these advisors died, but she lived on. Many times I've seen her, she would just put this food to all these ants and the ants will be all eating. She would be just sitting there with tears streaking down her cheeks. And if somebody comes and reminds her, why don't you eat? She would say, I'm full. I thought she's really emotional about these ants. It took me another 25 years or 20 years to come to this experience where how if you're truly connected, you could be just nourished by anything and everything around you, it's not necessarily by consumption. So consumerism is not the way you connect with the existence, consumerism is not the way you experience life in its full depth and dimension. It is by inclusion that you know this. So right now, the most, what to say, rudimentary form of inclusion is to shop, okay? Shopping is the most… what is not yours, you make it yours. This seems to fulfill something for a moment, after some time, it's once again the same thing. It is not a question of morality at all. This is a question of, am I here to somehow avoid life or am I here to experience and know life in its fullest depth and dimension? When I say life, at least this piece of life, if you cannot know the whole cosmos, it doesn't matter. Before you fall dead, at least this piece of life you must know in its entirety, otherwise you're a wasted life, isn't it?
I think You might have questions on consumerism, but you can wait a little bit. I will not miss this opportunity on some other aspects of our business, which are not just about business, there are issues on life, which I want you to discuss. One of the things that I keep hearing from very young people, 25, 30-year-old, I'm too stressed out. Now,
Even the 12-year-olds are saying.
sorry?
12-year-olds are saying.
Yeah. And here also I've got a quote of yours.
You found it?
Second one. Stress is not in the job. Stress is your inability to manage your mind, emotions, and life energies. Please tell me some nice way of communicating this to lots of young people in our business. I think lots of us would like to take that lesson and take it to the kids.
So what one person feels as a great stress, another person breezes through the same situation, isn't it so? Today in the country, you look at the chaprasi, he's stressed because there's no promotion in the job, okay? He wants to move from Bandra to Malabar Hill, promotion, sweeping a different street. He's very stressed to sweep his patch of the street, not even the whole street. We can go like this, right at top job, the Prime Minister. In between the chaprasi and the Prime Minister, just about everybody, including a school-going child, is experiencing stress. Or in other words, what they're saying is, the statement is, life is stress. When I first went to United States a few years ago, wherever I went, people were talking about stress management. I could not understand. Because in my perception, we will manage things which are precious to us. Our family, our business, our wealth, our money, whatever else, whatever is precious to us. Why would anybody want to manage stress? This is something I couldn't figure, it took me some time. It took me some time to understand that these people have made a conclusion that stress is a part of their life. Stress is not a part of your life. As the quote you read out said, if you knew how to keep your mind, for example, if your mind took instructions from you, if your mind just does whatever you want, would you keep it stressful or blissful?
Have you ever felt like your own mind is working against you? Days that start with a fog of confusion and end in mental fatigue. Your thoughts scattered, your focus fleeting, your inner world a storm of noise. We live in an age of information, yet feel a deep lack of clarity. We chase endless stimulation, yet lose our connection to our own innate intelligence. But what if I told you there's a path? A way to unlock the full potential of your mind, to cultivate sharpness, and to find profound inner stillness without retreating from the world. Thousands around the world have walked this path, guided by the timeless science of yoga. Many started exactly where you are, feeling mentally stuck, overwhelmed, and searching for a way to expand their own capabilities. They believed their intelligence was a fixed trait, a limit they could never surpass. And yet, they discovered within themselves a capacity for growth they never imagined was possible.
Shambhavi Mudra.
Like diabetes, hypertension, asthma, eating disorders, and many of these kinds, which are all essentially generated from within. All these things can be quelled from within if only we are willing to pay a certain level of attention to the innermost dimension of who we are. Inner engineering is a powerful process of approaching the inner core of who you are in a scientific manner, and this is definitely a way to create a healthful life.
Now, that same transformative power is available to you right here, right now, through the profound wisdom shared by Sábio. The journey begins with a simple, yet revolutionary understanding. Your brain is not a static object. It is alive, dynamic, and capable of remarkable growth. Recent scientific studies are only now beginning to confirm what the yogic tradition has known for millennia. Through dedicated and precise practices, you can literally grow your brain, enhancing its function and expanding your intellectual and perceptual abilities. Imagine a daily practice, just 21 minutes of your time, being the catalyst for a monumental shift. Within just a few months, this small commitment can bring about a significant improvement in your mental clarity, your sharpness of thought, and your overall intelligence.
So something that I particularly noticed is how comfortable I am within myself. My insecurities seem to have reduced a lot. My relationship with others also had improved significantly. I think I became more inclusive than what I was before.
Up until Shambhavi in January 2021, I've just been living with pain in the body. The first result I'd like to point out about Shambhavi Kriya is that it's had a tremendous effect on my physical well-being. Somehow, some way, I don't know the science behind it, but it's keeping me free of pain. Being able to sit without noticing my body for long periods of time, that has just had tremendous impact on my mental and emotional stability.
Took inner engineering. Like I said, this
is not a mystical promise. It is a tangible, verifiable outcome of applying a powerful inner technology. The yogic sciences offer a direct method to engineer your interiority, to cultivate a mind that is not a source of turmoil, but a brilliant instrument of perception. At the heart of this transformation lies a practice of immense power and antiquity, Surya Kriya. While many are familiar with Surya Namaskar, which is a beautiful salutation to the sun, Surya Kriya operates on a much deeper, more fundamental level. It is not merely a physical exercise or a gesture of reverence. It is a potent spiritual process designed to activate the inner sun. What does this mean? Within your own system lies a reflection of the grand cosmos. The sun, the source of all life and energy on this planet, has a correspondent within you, the solar plexus or Manipura chakra. Surya Kriya is a meticulous and powerful practice that systematically awakens this inner solar energy.
Shambhavi Mahamudra, just a simple practice for 21 minutes increases brain function and neuronal regeneration. This means as you grow old, you will become more intelligent. Usually young people think you're getting stupid. Yes, your brain is actually growing, you understand? It's getting better by the day. Now there is scientific evidence. We always knew this, but today a meter has to say it. If a man says it, it's not true. If a man says it, it's doubtful. But a meter has to say it, now the meters are saying it. The meters are saying your brain is actually growing by doing a simple 21-minute practice. And you don't believe the meter, you just do the practice for 3 months and see, you will see how clear and how smart your mind is suddenly. Surya Kriya is a powerful process of activating the sun within you. When I say activating the sun within you, sun is in every aspect of whatever you see on this planet. Fundamentally, it is a solar energy which is driving life on this planet. So when we do Surya Kriya, we want to generate that energy within the system. There is a cousin to Surya Kriya, which is a Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar is a kind of practice that evolved out of Surya Kriya. Surya Namaskar is largely a way of saluting the sun, but Surya Kriya has more spiritual intentions. Surya Kriya has more powerful connotations attached to it.
When this inner sun is ignited, it brings a profound balance to your entire system. It stabilizes your body, calms your mind, and aligns your energies, creating the perfect foundation for life to blossom within you. Unlike Surya Namaskar, which is about paying homage, Surya Kriya is about internalizing and embodying that solar power. It is a way to generate a stable, lasting source of energy and light from within, sustaining and nourishing every aspect of your being. This awakening of inner energy is the key to unlocking your true potential. When your system is balanced and energized, your mind naturally becomes clear and incisive. The fog lifts, the mental chatter subsides, and you are left with a profound sense of presence and capability. This is the state where intelligence is not just about processing information, but about profound perception and insight. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, Sadhguru reminds us of a fundamental truth that underpins this entire journey. The grace of yoga is always present.
The grace of yoga is always upon you. Just keep yourself open. Keeping yourself open means keep your normal concerns aside. Who is thinking what about you, what is happening, what is not happening for you, just leave that aside. You're breathing, you're alive, this is the greatest thing. Become available to the grace of yoga. This will become a fantastic thing. It's not far away, it's within you.
It is a boundless, ever-available force, like the very air we breathe. It is not something we must earn or strive for in a desperate chase. Our only task is to make ourselves available to it, to become open and receptive. This requires a conscious decision to set aside the burdens we carry, our worries about what others think, our anxieties about the world around us, the endless loops of our own thoughts. It means cultivating a state of simple, willing openness. The Academy is an online platform designed to guide you on a journey of balance and self-transformation. Inside, you'll find exclusive video lessons and teachings inspired by Sadhguru, one of the world's most respected masters of yoga, meditation, and conscious living. You'll discover how to quiet the mind and awaken your inner energy, how to nourish your body with awareness and vitality, and how to bring spirituality into your daily life, even amidst the noise of the city. These teachings have already transformed millions of lives across the planet. Entrepreneurs, artists, parents, professionals, ordinary people who rediscovered the joy of simply being. Because yoga is not just exercise, it's a science of inner alignment. When practiced consciously, it reorganizes your body, mind, and energy. For less than $20 per month, you'll have unlimited access to all content inside the online Yoga Academy. You'll receive yoga practices for beginners and intermediates, guided meditations to calm the mind, teachings about healthy eating and conscious living. New exclusive lessons added every month. You can watch anytime, anywhere, at your own rhythm, in your own space. No rush, no pressure, only presence. Maybe this is the sign you've been waiting for, a gentle reminder that it's time to take care of yourself, to turn inward, to reconnect with the essence of who you truly are. Click the link in the description of this video or visit our channel's homepage and join the online Yoga Academy Wise Guru today. We're available only 100 vacancies, and the first 10 people to sign up will win 3 ebooks from Sadhguru. So register now by clicking on the link that is in the description of this video.